Hey everybody, welcome back to Mildly Infuriating, always our first stop here on Anger Week, brought to you by our sponsors, the like button, as usual, check it out down below the video, and also the Fallen Kingdom Minecraft server, where you can play on Minecraft Java 1.16 at play.fallenkingdom.co. You can copy paste the IP from below the description or type it in yourself, check it out, build up a kingdom, raid other kingdoms, establish dominance. It has been popping off, it's been pretty cool, so hopefully people have been enjoying it. Join in. Let's start off with number 19 here. We've got, friend dared me to do this to my meditation art piece. I mean, if it's self-inflicted, is it really mildly infuriating? Because are you infuriated after the fact? Do you regret the fact that you reversed one of the rainbows? I feel like it could be metaphorical though. You know, in like a sea of everyone being the same and going about their same daily routines of waking up and mostly staying at home and getting on Zoom calls and being at their computer. You're different. You're meditating. On top of going on the Zoom calls and being on your computer, you're taking at least a few minutes a day to self-reflect and realize you're different than the rest. Work 100% of the time. Want to hear the best way to trick a Redditor? There's only one image. I'm very annoyed because I don't know if I'm actually missing part of the thing or if this is the joke that there's only. It's probably better suited for a phone as well, because it has these little things down here which are geared towards, you know, if you were on a phone swiping. So on a computer it just makes less sense, which is why I'm like, maybe it's not loading properly. But I think the idea here is that you be on a phone trying to swipe on it, and that you can't fool me, I'm on a desktop PC. Ordered a replacement bolt from Trek. This is the amount of packaging it came in. That's a significant amount. But hey, it's a really small thing, so they probably just don't want the post office to lose it on the way. Because, you know, if they just shipped a box that was like this big, then it probably wouldn't actually make it to you. So I'm sure that's why they did it. And I bet they also probably aren't very happy, because I feel like bike companies especially is something that's a clean way of transportation. They probably try to be more eco-friendly because it's kind of their thing as well. But yeah, I mean, it's like, it's got to make it to you somehow. Visiting my sister's house, went for some M&Ms and discovered she's Satan. As I had a feeling it was going to be Skittles mixed in with M&Ms. I've thought about doing that before as like a joke when I was younger, but now I'm just like, I don't know, it's candy. I'd notice pretty quickly, even if I just absent-mindedly reached in, which really when I absent-mindedly just reach in and grab a handful out of somebody's thing that they have laying around their house. Probably not in this day and age. I'm a little more skeptical of that sort of thing. Also, I probably wouldn't be over at somebody's house anyway. But say I was in the future, in the past, I'd just be like, all right, it's cool. I can sort these out. Kids learned a couple new words today. How does that even happen? How does your door handle just come off of your car? That's unfortunate. I feel like that's just something that would happen at the end of a day that's already gone terribly wrong. Like, if your day is going perfectly, there's no chance that the door handle comes off of your car. This only happens if you've also, like, tripped going up or down some stairs, you slipped in a puddle or something like that, you got notice that you had some bill that was due sooner than you thought it was, and then to cap it all off, your door handle falls off your car as you try to put it on. At least you can, you know, enter via the passenger side and climb over, so it's not the end of the world, just frustrating. My fridge has an egg case for only 9 eggs. I mean, I like how you have like one left over there, but isn't it usually a dozen eggs at a time? So you would just have 3 eggs that are kind of chilling off to the side. I don't know, I've never bought a large package of eggs because I don't make eggs. I've made eggs like once for an omelet that was for like the cooking video on the vlog channel. Other than that, never actually made eggs. So this is like not a really relatable problem for me. I'm trying to think, like, is it bad that it's 9? Well, yeah, I guess usually it'd be a dozen. Or is it 10? Do you usually just have one egg sitting off to the side if it's a 9-egg holder? Oh God. I checked both doors last night, twice. Delivered January 9th. Your package was delivered. It was handed to a resident. It was dark out he thought the tree was a person, handed it to the tree dropped it, and he was like, well, not my problem, handed it off. Somebody took it. It's not my fault that they're butterfingers. Trees should learn to grasp things better. They should grow better branches for grasping packages out of the hands of delivery drivers, okay? Trying to watch a movie the legal way last night. Tried to watch a movie about a deaf girl who speaks in sign, rented it on YouTube, no subtitles. Buy Netflix subscription, blocked in my country, used a VPN. TV won't let me. Platforms cry so much about piracy, yet regularly fail to make paid content more accessible than Pirate Bay. I have not heard the name Pirate Bay in such a long time that I've got to say, I feel like the platforms have actually started doing a pretty good job about it, because for the most part, with few exceptions, it has become pretty darn convenient to get hold of content the legitimate way, so much so that not that I have ever considered the Pirate Bay allegedly in the past, but I legitimately haven't allegedly ever done it in a long time, but I'm sure there are certain situations. For usual live sports, that's the worst. If I want to, it would only happen for like the Olympics or something like that, but they still make that an absolute pain. Fix that. Okay, that's the one fine. I don't like to watch sports that much, but when I do, you make it a gigantic pain in the butt to do. Fully grown ace, adult cis, doing this to my plant. Are you sure? Are you sure that your sister is fully grown? Because I know young kids who probably wouldn't do that. Why would you carve into a plant? This is what you like expect to see in the corner of a classroom at a high school where people have detention. And they're like, you know what would be funny while I'm in detention is to carve dicks into a plant. The owner's son at my work takes up 2 spaces in employee parking closest to the employee entrance every day. See, it just, especially if people know who you are and you're there every day, I mean, why would you do that? It's so counterproductive, because somebody is going to eventually key your car. Whereas, look, you're on the edge. If you just park right close to the curb there, you're gonna be pretty far away, assuming the car next to you parks between the lines, and also you're gonna be on the passenger side. And if people are coming to work just themselves, one person in the car, they're not even likely to use the passenger side doors on their car. So you're like completely safe. This is something I've had to think about on numerous occasions is, if I'm going to park on an edge space, do I want to back in or do I want to pull in, depending upon, is it going to be the passenger side of the car next to it? Down in the dumps after a breakup, turned to my fortune cookie that came with my Chinese takeout for some advice. Reminded why I'm not really into all that mystic stuff. Give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Give him a Deliveroo and you... This video is not sponsored by these. It's sponsored by the like button and play.fallenkingdom.co for the Fallen Kingdom server on Minecraft Java 1.16. Advertisements and fortune cookies have happened numerous times on this subreddit. It should be illegalized. It's not okay. You can't do that. Fortune cookies are sacred. That one table that stays past closed and you can't leave until they do. I've always tried to be conscious of this when I've gone into a restaurant late. God, I want to go into a restaurant at any time right now. But it's like, if I see tables thinning out, I'm like, I probably gotta get going. As long as I'm not the last one in there, it's okay. Because I don't want to be the last one. I would feel so self-conscious as the last one. I'd be like, don't worry about any of the last parts of our order. Even obviously the kitchen usually closes early, but still I'd just be panicking inside and I wouldn't even be able to enjoy myself. I'd have to leave. Every single drawer on my desk. Honestly, I could do a mildly infuriating... Oh, okay, so that just re-extends out. That's impressive. So there's just a quirk for every drawer. That's very impressive. See, in my kitchen, the handles for all the doorknobs, they just end up spinning off over time because they're only secured by one screw, and it's just screw through the wood, and then the handle part, it's like a T-shaped thing, right, coming out of the wood that you just pull on like that, and every single time it just starts spinning off, and I'd have to get a screwdriver on the back, spin the thing back on, and then eventually it just comes loose again. And so they're all like slightly off because it's not like two screws that stay fixed. They all just like, because it's got the flat part, It just slightly, they're all just off. Every single one of them. If you look closely, it's really bothersome, so I try not to think about it because anytime I try to do something about it, it just ends up going back to the way it was before. I asked for no sour cream on my nachos. I got charged for the privilege. Small nachos, no sour cream. Charged extra for the lack of an ingredient. That's new. Well, you see the issue here is that the nachos were infused with sour cream, and so they had to actually purchase a fancy like centrifuge sort of machine, put the chips in it, and then like centrifuge and then osmosis the sour cream out of the chips. This restaurant invested millions of dollars into R&D so that they could infuse chips with sour cream so you get the perfect ratio. And you don't have to dip it, you don't have to worry about it leaking, and you force them to undo that millions in R&D. Of course they're gonna charge you. You're sick. Needed 100% to pass a safety quiz. Need to wait a week to retake. You answered wash your hands. But the correct answer was wash hands. All the way down to wash hands with no space. Sorry, not your hands. You just need to go around to other people washing hands in general. Can't just specify it's yours. If you see someone else anywhere around you, if you see hands, they must be washed, all right? All of them. Every hand must be washed in the vicinity. This Rubik's Cube my brother gave my dad for Christmas. What the? Oh, that's not okay. Oh my God. Is it solved? What? I can't tell if is it solved or is it not solved. Can it be solved? Is there a right way? Because what if you? Oh my God! What if you take the? What if you take the? If you take though, but are there two solutions? Is it a joke gift? I just don't know. Maybe there's no solution. Maybe no matter if you solve it or not, it's always from one angle gonna not look solved, and then from another it is. And then it's just even worse when you're trying to actually do this. Oh, that's awful. And then that stain for the next half hour. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yep. The amount of packaging required for me to buy the additional equipment I need to use my iPhone. All of this would have come in the phone's box 5 years ago, but Apple decided to stop including them to cut down on packaging and waste. I mean, I guess, well, is that, are those wired ones? Because the wired ones come separately too, I guess, right? And those would have been in the thing. The thing I'm not entirely sure about is why I guess they give you the small, do they even give you a USB cable? I haven't bought one in like 3 or 4 years or something, so I don't know how much has changed with actually doing with all the stuff, but I mean, yeah, might as well minimize packaging, I suppose. They probably assume that you have stuff from like a previous purchase, and then they don't want to give you duplicates, and therefore it's wasteful. But I guess if you're buying from scratch, then you don't realize you get home, and then you're like, so how do I charge this thing that I just bought? They're not going to give me a way to do that because I just switched over from another platform. This is the first one I've gotten, and now that's a problem. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess that's a tough problem to solve. I'm sure they put a lot of research into if more people are coming from a previous iPhone or if they're switching over from Android or something, and therefore, and whatever their market research, which I'm sure they spend a lot on, I guess this was the way. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the last month of Mildly Infuriating. Make sure to like if you were infuriated, and subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, playlist for more Mildly Infuriating, or you can just check the last Mildly Infuriating video by clicking up here with the end screen. Latest Mare music upload down below, and also remember play.fallenkingdom.co for some Swick Minecraft server action. All right, see you later.